Have you ever said something with the best of intentions, but it backfired completely? Did you ever send a message or email that came out completely wrong? Have you ever faced or seen people feel cold to a text message? An email that you had shared created panic and was perceived very differently. A comment on a post that sparked a lot of drama, where intention was none. Have you ever noticed that if a message does not have any smileys or emoticons, it gets misinterpreted? I'm sure you have faced some of the above just like me, right? Haven't you? Miscommunication, misinterpretations, digital misunderstandings, assumptions are absolutely common these days in this digital world where everything happens online. Communication is no more just about knowing the language or speaking it out. It is much more than that. Do listen to the full episode to know more about this. Hi, I'm Ashita Gupta, your podcast host, an HR professional, and a life evolution coach. You are listening to episode 38. Oops, did I say that? Communication gone wrong on Let's Evolve. In this episode, we will talk about the general experiences that people face through wrong communication by short stories, examples, and also some quick fixes to improve and get better. Miscommunication isn't a glitch, it is a feature of being human. Let us dive into the tangled world to untangle it before it becomes a mess. According to the Mehrabian rule, 7% words, 38% tone, 55% body language is what an individual listens to or sees when a message is being delivered in person. But when it is online, only words can be seen, and the misunderstandings start even more. A 2024 study showed that 70% of Gen Z millennials have misunderstood a social media message at least once a week. So, let me share two short stories that I came across recently. A manager sent an email to her team that read, "Let's meet tomorrow, urgent." This email was sent in the morning to all her employees, and by 5 p.m., the entire team thought that they were getting fired. They got really anxious, they started discussing with each other. But when they actually met her the next day, she just said that she wanted to discuss the birthday plan for the month. All the employees were relieved. Here is another one. An email was sent to the manager for asking permission regarding a project by his subordinate. The manager replied, "Sure, do what you want." This sounded extremely sarcastic to the employee, but the intent was genuine permission by the manager. This resulted in a cold war between them for some time. That is where good communication comes into the picture. A lot of times, we also perceive messages, emails, posts according to our mood while reading it. Sometimes we want to assume things without being told. When we say K for okay or sure, it does not have any tone attached to it and it is perceived as very cold. We are overpowered with our emotions and assumptions that we forget to think logically. Everyone is reading, hearing, seeing the message, but no one is bothered to check the intent behind it. We take the message as it is, at face value, and that is where the problem lies. Let us see how emotions make us feel when we see the communication from someone. When we are sad, even a simple okay feels cold to us. When we feel anxious, a delayed reply feels like rejection. And when we are overthinking, every full stop feels like judgment that they're judging us. We'll talk about overthinking in detail in the next episode. But for today, how do you think can we fix all this? The message that is created with wrong communications, misunderstandings. So let me share some quick small fixes which are easy to use and can avoid the miscommunication or fix it. Number 1, mirror back. Use statements like, so what I am hearing is. When you do this, you're trying to understand if you heard it correctly instead of understanding it wrong. 2, replace blame with curiosity. Instead of judging or assuming or blaming, try to act curious when you do not understand the message or email or a post, just by saying, can you help me in understanding this? 3, clarify your tone. You might not be feeling like to send an emoji or a voice note, but if you're often misunderstood or you want to communicate a clear message and you have a good intent, try to use a voice note or an emoji to help the receiver receive it correctly. Do not go overboard with this as well. Mindful usage is the key. Number 4, pause before reacting. It is always a wise thing to listen or see a message and then question yourself if you understood it correctly. Only then react. This helps you to avoid reacting unnecessarily without thinking. 5, try to have a feedback loop to your communication chain by asking questions like, does that make sense? This will help the receiver feel like their opinion is valued and what they have understood might or might not be absolutely correct. Only communicating openly is the solution to solving the miscommunications that emails or texts cause. Also, we tend to keep ourselves tied up in constant texting or emailing these days. If there is a chance, always try to call the other person to clarify the intent and message clearly to avoid multiple messages of misunderstanding. Talking is a very good solution to communicating openly and avoiding multiple misunderstandings. So pick the phone and call. In emails, use subject lines clearly so that the other person understands and it is clear to them. Add more clarity than you usually do. Do apply some of these to help you communicate better. In a world of pings, posts, and emails, we are constantly communicating, but often forgetting to connect. So before you panic over a message, reread it with kindness. And before you hit send, ask yourself, is this sounding okay? Could I change it to be interpreted the way I want it to? Could this be misunderstood? The day we start following the fixes I mentioned earlier and this formula of checking our own messages, the communication will not go wrong and we will be able to avoid the oops, did I say that moment. Let us be more mindful and kind towards others' messages too and introspective about ours. Because what is visible is usually considered and not the intention always. Sometimes the problem isn't the platform of communication, it is the lack of pause. Let us bring the human back to digital communication. My quote for this episode is, communication is like Wi-Fi. When it gets dropped, everything gets awkward. Communication is a very powerful exchange between humans if done correctly. Let us all be careful and mindful and be a little kind. Take a pause, introspect, and communicate, hoping that you apply these fixes, learn from examples, and avoid miscommunication in this digital world. Stay tuned for the upcoming episode. If you feel connected with me and it gives you a positive feeling, do reach out to me for a coaching session by booking my time on the link mentioned in the description, or you can email me on the address mentioned. I support middle-aged individuals reach greater heights by evolving and turning their life around. Do share it within your circles. Do like, share, download, and subscribe to my channel Let's Evolve. Have a wonderful day ahead.